Welcome to Pre-Review Center inside a brand new 2026 187 RB in Coachmen's Apex Nano series. Definitely one of our most popular, definitely top 5 each year for units that we sell. One that unfortunately as we get into the heart of the season, we just can't ever seem to get enough to satisfy the demand. It sort of comes in waves, and unfortunately this is one where if it's something of interest, you definitely want to look early in the season if you can, if you found us. Because quite honestly, we just don't get the number we wish we could get in season of them. So it's one that's just very towable by a lot of different vehicles. You're sort of hovering 21 feet tip to tail, and you're going to be in the mid-3 range. So again, it's very towable by a wide array of folks. They've made some great little updates here for 2026, so we're going to highlight some of those. This particular unit does have our Stargazer option. I have shot another video of the same unit, basically without the Stargazer option, so we try to carry it with 2 different ways. It tends to be that the Stargazer option often is the one that sells the fastest, because a lot of our customers with these units, they're looking to access those sites that don't necessarily have power, often that may be able to give them, say, waterfront, because it's a bit smaller. And so when you open up the Stargazer here, you just get a massive amount of airflow. So you can imagine on a hot weekend in June or July or August, all the airflow you can have makes a huge difference. They do already have the cross ventilation here, so they've got a good amount, but this really does change things. You've got the built-in bug screen here, just pulls across, and then we've also got our blackout shade here for nighttime. So again, no matter what the season is, it can work for you, and people absolutely love it. Obviously, it does bring in a lot of light as well here on a nice day. So we've got roller shades as a standard as of last year. So again, great little blackouts. You'll have that in the front windshield there, which is huge. That also brings in a lot more light, makes it feel even bigger than it is. We've also got that great 4-speed fan now that allows a lot of fresh air to be turned over, so that'll suck the hot air out. When you first get there, you've got your screen door here, and with your 2 windows open and the Stargazer, you can imagine you get a lot of air moving through here pretty quickly. So you've got a great RV queen here. We've got USB as well as 120 volt on both sides of the bed. Something that is new for 26. Anything that is a GFI outlet, so say the outlets next to your bed there, which are, or in our kitchen, it is something you can add an inverter to. So this is the first year for 2026 that they've added the inverter, something we've been offering, or it's an inverter prep, doesn't have the inverter, but it's ready for it. So that way, if in year 2 you found in year 1 that you were taking a lot of off-grid sites, it allows you to make an addition to be able to use multiple batteries and the now standard 400 watts of solar you have on the roof here to be able to power some small appliances like coffee makers, maybe a toaster, some breakfast things. So again, just allow you to do a bit more, whether it's inside or out. So just a future possibility that now you can make those little upgrades as well. You've got a great little bit of potential hanging storage here, but they've given you a shelf which is removable, so you can choose how you wish to use it. We've got the 2 cabinets above the bed that'll go back a full 3 feet, so you've got a lot of storage up front. And then underneath your bed, you've got a nice 50-50 split between inside for bags and extra pillows and bedding, and then the front pass-through that's, again, 7.5 wide, because that's how wide the coach is. So you've got a lot of capability there. Just inside the door, we're going to have our main switch for interior and exterior lights. The exterior light's going to be the awning light on the outside, and then we've got our awning extension here. It goes out a full 8 feet. We've got a rechargeable Bluetooth speaker, so you can stream music to that. You can take that to the beach, say to the picnic table, and then when you're done at night, you bring it in, put it in its holster, it'll recharge. You've got a great sized dinette here that you could certainly have 3 or 4 people, sitting, enjoying, playing some games at night, just enjoying a meal if it's not necessarily a nice morning out. But it does drop down into a bed, and if you're under kind of right around that 6 feet mark and under, it will definitely fit you. So whether it's an adult or some grandchildren once in a while, great little secondary bed option, and it's wider than just a 2-person dinette, which people appreciate. This would be another one of those outlets in the kitchen area, a GFI outlet on the side. That is something that would be pre-wired for that inverter should you wish to add it. We've got the same drawer set up here as the previous model year, just in a slightly different wood tone, which I quite like. Really looks sharp with the lighter walls and floors. We've got room for pots and pans in the middle. As of late fall here, the 2026 model year, you're going to have your microwave is also a convection microwave as well as an air fryer. Just below that, our centrally located furnace right in the middle. We've got a nice deep stainless steel sink continuing. Place to hide your dishes in the morning so you don't have to do them right away. And you've got your nice high-rise faucet here. You'll notice you've got the same large window in the kitchen as you do in the dining area, so you're going to get cross flow here in the middle. So again, for a smaller coach to have this many windows, allow this much air through is rare nowadays. We've got great storage for all the dishes you're going to bring with you up top. You've got the folding cooktop here, so the propane 2-burner stove here, the glass cooktop will fold back. That'll help to keep the give you a bit of a backsplash there. Nice large Furrion 12-volt fridge. You've got lots of capacity here. You could certainly eat out of this for 10 to 12 days. Nice big freezer as well, so lots of room for ice cubes and some popsicles for the hot weekends. We've got our AC centrally located when it is that hot. Great spot for extra games, books, DVD, media, all that kind of stuff that you may want to leave in the coach. Just up top there, our central thermostat to be able to turn on that furnace and that kitchen area. And then we've got our pantry here, so easy access if you just want to grab some snacks, whether it be on the road or when you're finally at your destination. Goes back a nice 3 feet there. And then we've got our easier access to our power converter. It's also our fuse panel and our breaker box. And it is lithium battery ready, so we certainly have probably bordering on almost an even split now, people upgrading to lithium right off the hop here. Because you have this much solar, it naturally makes sense. And the particular brand Epoch that we use, they have a very long lifespan and a long warranty. So we've got tons of storage back here for a smaller coach, something that everybody loves about the 187. So you've got great bottom storage there in the vanity. You've got your traditional medicine cabinet with lots of storage there, some hanging storage, ventilation up top through our main fan. We do have the ignitions for our hot water tank here, so our tankless hot water. And then we've got our monitor panel here to show how full our tanks are, check our battery levels, turn on our water pump. And then we've got our 30-inch wide shower stall here, so should you wish to use it. You've got, again, lots of elbow room in there. You've got your skylight for extra height if you're a little bit taller. And then again, lots of storage here, as I mentioned. It's going to go back a few feet. You've got big wide open storage just below. So just a ton of storage here to work with. So again, lots of room for towels, bedding, sheets, some extra shoes, all your rain gear. Nice and easy to be able to stash that back there and just have easy access. Again, having no slide, everything is accessible on the road, which everybody loves about this layout. But it's also well set up to live outside, so we're going to head out that way. So we've got our more ride steady steps here, so we've got individual feet you can dial in, so even if you've got uneven terrain, you can make sure your steps are level. We've got our lend-a-hand here, so that it folds away, just gives us something to grab onto, going up and down. And then we've got great awning coverage, which as we head to the campsite, you quickly realize that is where you're going to live, and that is certainly something that they've done well here. So you've got the awning that's going to come out a full 8 feet, runs right from your front compartment, and just gets past the pre-set up for your exterior griddle, which will come with the unit. As we come up front here, this unit's just arrived, but shortly it'll go through our shop. We will be adding a front power jack, so that's part of our standard features and packages for an Apex Nano, not something from Coachmen, so it's not currently an available option from them. We have two 20-pound tanks standard, which we make sure are full. We've got room for multiple batteries, and as I mentioned inside, we can help you depending on how many days you may wish to be off-grid, choose the right choices for you. We've got a battery cutoff switch that'll allow you basically to keep those solar panels charging the batteries even in storage, but also making sure that nothing is draining the batteries on the inside of the coach. You've got the beautiful 3/4 length cap here with the inlaid LED lights, that huge windshield just bringing in a ton of light. Cuts down on the maintenance because you don't have all the seams. And you've got a great big stone guard here protecting the front, so making sure that you're not doing damage. You've got 4 oversized jacks, which are just recoiled right now. I mentioned that divide underneath the bed, so you've got 7.5 feet wide of storage. This is our little shelf that our griddle is going to sit on. I'll show you where that location is. We've also got our switch for our front lights. We've got a light, and we've got our solar controller there. As we head to the back here, we've got our alloy wheels here standard, so less to have to clean up and tidy the rust on. Our LED light running the full length of the awning. We've got a rail to mount that little shelf that you saw in there, little galvanized metal shelf. That'll sit our griddle on top. It's a pre-seasoned lodge top to it, and we've got LP gas already run to the back for it here, so you've already got the outdoor cooking all set up, and you can alter in a barbecue over time if you wish. We've got a pre-set up on the back for a backup camera. We've got LED lights on the exterior, so nice and bright. We've got a great spare tire mount and everything mounted here on the back, so easy access. And we also have very easy access to our tankless on-the-man hot water tank when it comes to winterizing. We've got behind the shower enclosure hot and cold water. You've got a nice long hose to it as well. It's great for rinsing off your beach, or even if you've got a private site, maybe you just want to do your hair outside and not bring some of the humidity inside. Great place to do it if you've got some privacy. You've got water on site if you've got it, so your connection there. We've got our black tank flush, so that if you have sewer on site, you can basically use the fresh water supply that's there. There's a little spinner at the top of the black tank that'll rinse out the tank, help clean those sensors. Hopefully they'll be reading accurately. You've got your black and gray dump valves, usually accessible. 30 amp service to be able to use that AC, but if you don't need to be able to use the AC, you can dumb that down to 15 or 20. We've got a cable satellite prep here on the backside, furnace outlet on the backside, which is great, so you don't have that carbon monoxide potentially coming into maybe an enclosure you put around there. We do have the magnetic catches, which people appreciate on the backside. And then new for 2026, we do have a pre-setup for Starlink. So if you've got cable satellite internet you want to bring with you, this routes it in. You've got a hookup here, so again, if you've got a router for it, it could sit in there or just into the bedroom area, so multiple options, but at least it already has the in port for you, so it makes it easier to hopefully work a little less in the office and hopefully work, you know, perhaps from a beautiful lakefront, waterfront location somewhere in your favorite part of the world. We'd invite you to Primo RV Center to come have a much closer look at this brand new 2026 187 RB in Coachmen's Apex Nano series.